Hello, Jolie DeCleva here with Living Well Intentionally. I am a health coach. I do 6-month health coaching programs with women, and I also am a public speaker. I talk about all kinds of health-related issues, and I'm a wellness advocate with doTerra essential oils. Today, we're going to talk about a really important topic. We're all pretty freaked out about this coronavirus, and we aren't sure how to handle it. We're feeling things emotionally. And what I want to talk about is how do we strengthen our immune system so we're not susceptible? Then we can have peace of mind that we're doing everything on our part to be strong. Obviously, there's no guarantees, but we definitely stack the deck in our favor when we are doing all the things that we need to be doing to prevent ourselves from being vulnerable. So we'll start here with starting with what is the immune system anyway? Total simplified, 3 things going on. We've got the lymphocytes, which are white blood cells. We've got the B cells, which produce antibodies. And then we have the T killer cells. And those directly attack anything foreign that comes into our body. Those 3 mechanisms together are what makes up our inflammation response. And that inflamed response is really appropriate when it's a temporary cut or a wound or something that's healing. It increases blood flow to that area and starts this whole healing procedure. However, when we stay in that long term, if it's unchecked and we just constantly have inflammation, then that's what leads to autoimmune diseases. So let's take a look at our food. It is really important how we eat. We've heard the term food is medicine, but actually food is a messenger. So how we feed our body is telling our genes how to express. And this is amazing. We have so much more control over our genes than we ever thought we did. We know now that only 10% of how our body gets sick or responds to illness has to do with genetics, and the other 90% has to do with how we eat, how we manage stress, we're getting good sleep, and all those good things. So foods are important. If you're the standard American and you're getting 70% of your food from processed or fast food, then you are probably making yourself pretty vulnerable to getting sick because you are highly inflamed. And when you have that inflammation response going on high, then when your immune system's busy. So when you're attacked by something like a new virus, it's not available to just jump on it. It doesn't have all its energy on it. It's trying to balance 2 things, and you're more susceptible. So the first thing I want to talk about diet-wise is to avoid gluten. And I know you might hate me because I'm saying this, but in the 1940s, our wheat supply was very well-meaningly altered and genetically modified to last longer on the shelves, to produce more, be more bug resilient. And the emphasis really was on quantity and keeping the price low. Unfortunately, not on quality. And so our wheats that's out there now, most of it has been genetically modified way, way back. And it is foreign to our body. Our body doesn't recognize it as normal because it's been altered. And so we get an inflammation response when we eat wheat. Many people feel tired or get brain fog. They may get headaches or have digestional issues related to gluten. And I strongly suggest that you give up gluten for 1 month just to give your body a chance to see how you feel. The second thing is to avoid sugar. And I know it's so hard to avoid sugar, but again, sugar makes your body very highly inflamed, and it does impair immune system functioning. We know that white flour and white sugar have been studied and are associated with basically all chronic diseases. So whether it's heart disease or diabetes or stroke. So we want to avoid things like bagels and breads and pastas, and we want to avoid things that our body's going to translate into sugar when it's broken down, and those are those simple carbohydrates, as well as, of course, the corn syrups and the white sugar, table sugar, all of those we want to keep to a real minimum or eliminate from our diet. The next one is to avoid trans fats. Trans fats and hydrogenated oils, these are laboratory made. And again, they're made for shelf life and for quantity, to make things cheap, not to be a good food source, not for nutrient density or for quality. It's just all about making food cheap, and a lot of it. And all fast food has trans fats. Many cooking oils, breakfast cereals, most packaged foods have trans fats. So really eating foods that aren't packaged and that aren't fast, like cooking at home and having really ideally half our plate should be vegetables. If we made that one change alone, it would have a significant impact on our health. There are good fats. Good fats are from fish and flax and avocado and coconut and nuts and seeds and olive oil. And these kind of fats our bodies need in order to be well. But the trans fats are associated with chronic inflammation and immune dysfunction. So stay away from those. The next thing is to eat a rainbow of colors. So we talked about having half your plate of vitamins or of vegetables. And the importance there is that micronutrient deficiency is a real thing. Even though we have so much food available to us, we're eating so many foods that have just almost zero nutrition that our body can utilize, that you can be overweight in this country and be malnourished. So by not having all the nutrients you need, things like zinc and iron and copper and folic acid, vitamin A, B, C, E, we need these, and we need to be eating foods with these daily so that we don't catch every cold. Vitamin D, by the way, is highly associated with immune system boosting, so that might be a good one to add right now. If you aren't on a multivitamin, I happen to feel that our food system's pretty anemic, even when we're buying organic. It's just that our soil doesn't have all the nutrients that they need to get into the food, our water. So I do highly promote taking a good, high quality multivitamin. So I'm going to introduce you to the one that I use, which is doTerra's Lifelong Vitality Pack. And let me share the screen here so that you can see it. All right. Here we go. So this is doTerra's Lifelong Vitality Pack, and it does have 3 different bottles in there. And what I love about these vitamins is that they have 9 essential oils that are really useful for decreasing inflammation in your body. So these also, I mean, besides having 9 essential oils, the 9 oils are clove, frankincense, thyme, cumin, wild orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway, and German chamomile. And besides those, it has some incredible ingredients like curcumin and resveratrol and boswellic acid. It has omega fatty acids. It has beta carotene, lutein. I mean, it has so many things. I can't pronounce everything in here, but these are a great multivitamin choice. And one thing about these vitamins is that because they were formulated to address inflammation, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee, because by taking these vitamins, it's going to take energy that was spent on fighting this inflammation, and now you're going to feel amazing. So you want, you know, if you want to try the vitamins, it's a very low risk, 30-day money-back guarantee on those. If doing the vitamins is, you know, not necessarily something you want to jump into, then at least I suggest a good quality probiotic. And we'll talk a little bit more about gut health, but this is a great choice to add to your life as well, to help support your defenses, you know, to help your body stay strong. All right. So let's see. Moving along here, where we talked about eating a rainbow of colors, and basically what that means is eating colorful foods that are whole and not packaged, and learning to cook more at home so that you get to choose exactly what's on your food. Or most foods that are really good for you don't even come with a label, right? A banana, an apple, a pear, all your vegetables, they don't even have a food label. Those are probably really good choices. An egg, you know, you get the picture. Okay, moving along. Why, basically, one question that you might ask is, why do you want essential oils in your vitamins, right? Essential oils are amazing in that they work very differently from medicine. Essential oils are the immune system of a plant. And what they do is our cells have a protective barrier around them, our cell membrane, that's very specific about what, in particular, about what they let inside the cell. And when you take a pharmaceutical, the molecules are very large and they can't get in the cell. It takes a lot of energy to break it down. Some of the reason why we have inflammation is our body will attack the medicine too, because it's not seen as natural. And then finally, after spending a lot of energy that may or may not cause some side effects, a headache, a stomach ache, then we can utilize that medicine. Essential oils are really different because they come from plants, and essential oils are all over the place on our leaves, stems, and roots. Our bodies recognize them as natural. We have receptors on our cells to receive essential oils, so their property is allowed right into the cell. And essential oils could be antifungal, antibiotic, antiviral, antibacterial, you name it. They've got all kinds of amazing properties. And doTerra has chosen specific ones that help to address inflammation in our body, knowing that inflammation is such a huge reason why we get sick. Okay. So moving on to stress. This is a whole nother thing that we need to address to keep our immune system strong. So let's talk about our immune system a little bit in regards to stress. We have our nervous system, which has the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system response. The parasympathetic is the calm down, and the parasympathetic is the hype up, the rev up. And it's that sympathetic nervous system that kicks in when there's an emergency or some stressor. And then over here we have the hormones, and we have hormones specific to stress, cortisol and adrenaline. So it's that sympathetic nervous system response and the cortisol and adrenaline working together that make up that fight or flight response. And fight or flight is a really appropriate response to an emergency. However, unfortunately, with our crazy jacked up lives, we are spending a lot of time in fight or flight. And so we're constantly getting this drip of cortisol. Our body's unable, remember when you're in fight or flight, probably learned this in grammar school, all the blood goes to your vital organs. And so that you can do something crazy, like lift a car to get your kid out or run away from a stranger faster than you ever ran, right? When you're sick, though, you need your immune system, which is not considered a vital organ. So when you're always in fight or flight, then your immune system is suppressed. It's basically not turned on fully because all the energy is going to that, stressed response. So that's why being really stressed all the time suppresses your immune system and makes you vulnerable to becoming sick. Long term, staying in fight or flight is terrible for our body, and it does affect our vital organs, and it impairs our immune function. It starts to break away on the lining of our gut. It's bad. We need to get a hold of our stress. So I have actually been giving out little emotional care packages with my 3 favorite oils for emotional support. This is Adaptive, Wild Orange, and then Balance. So these 3 oils are incredible for helping to manage stress. So Wild Orange is mood elevating. It smells absolutely amazing. I wish you could smell it through the screen, but it's really uplifting, and you can also put it in your water for a gentle cleanse. And then Balance is a mood blend that's just super grounding. So it has all those root oils in it, and it's a blend of oils that's fabulous. It smells a little bit on the masculine side. I love it. And then Adaptive is a brand new oil that doTerra's brought out in, well, it came out in September. And Adaptive has lavender, magnolia, neroli, sweet gum that are great for stress. It has wild orange and spearmint to help energize, and it has copaiba and rosemary to help soothe anxious feelings. So if you're feeling fatigued and restless and indecisive and irritable and you're having anxious feelings, Adaptive oil is a great one, and you can put it in a diffuser, or I just like to wear it as perfume and kind of do this, right? Or smell it right out of the bottle. Okay, so that's Adaptive. And Adaptive actually comes in capsules as well. And so these are really unique because they have ahi flower and GABA in them and a bunch of essential oils that create a feeling of alert, calm. And I will tell you my little testimonial about this. When all this started happening with COVID, I started having this tight chest. And while in my mind, I was handling everything fine and I didn't feel stressed in my head, my body was taking it on. So I thought, what am I doing? I had been using my oils, but I started using the capsules, and I love them because you take them as needed. So unlike CBD, which you need to kind of keep in your system long-term to keep an effect, you just take these as needed. And so I do. If I start to feel kind of like, oh, this is a lot, there's everyone's home and this is crazy and sort of out of control feeling, I know exactly what to do. Snip my oils and take my Adaptive, which has really, really been helping me. Okay, moving along. We have, when we talk about stress, the oils are amazing, but there are, of course, other things that you can be doing for stress. If you haven't learned about deep breathing and breathing abdominally, instead of breathing up here with your chest, that's a great skill to have, just to be able to breathe deeply throughout the day. And you might even learn some different breathing mechanisms, like in for 7, out for 4, hold. And it's just really nice to have some things in your toolbox. You can also learn to meditate. And I just read a book called Positivity, and it was incredible, the evidence that she had for meditating and all the physiological advantages of just allowing your body to learn to be still once or twice a day, even if it's only just for a couple minutes. Exercise is amazing for stress. And sweating is an extra bonus because that's how our body gets rid of toxins. Getting good sleep is really important for being restored and for your body to be on alert and able to deal with what's coming for the day. Playing, we forget, we work all the time and we forget how valuable and important it is for us to laugh and to play and just be playful to help with our stress. Taking a nap sometimes might help, and for some people, sex is a great way to deal with stress as well. Okay, we're going to talk about gut health now, because you probably heard along the way that 70% of our immune system is in our intestinal lining, okay? It's crazy. Our digestional tract is a powerhouse for helping us fight or helping us with our immune system. Stress long-term, as I already mentioned, will change the lining. It'll slowly break it down, and we can get some pretty bad symptoms like leaky gut and irritable bowel, because that stress and that adrenaline and that cortisol is dripping. So I want to talk you through this Cleanse and Restore kit, because let me share my screen here. This is another option for getting healthy, and maybe a place to start is using the Cleanse and Restore kit. And this has those lifelong vitality vitamins that we just talked about, but it also has, let's see if I can blow it up a little bit. Okay. It also has Terrazyme, which is a food enzyme. And this is important because we were talking about how important it is for our soil. When our soil is depleted, we aren't getting all those good enzymes, and we aren't getting all the enzymes from our fruits and vegetables and all the minerals. Well, Terrazyme helps our body to break down our food to make sure that we're getting all the nutrients in our food gently without us getting cramps or anything. PB Assist is a probiotic, and we've all heard how great probiotics are for supporting our gut. And when we support our gut and have balance in our gut, it helps our immune system. GX Assist is formulated, actually, it's a capsule that you take to help clean out your gut and get rid of the bad stuff. Zendocrine, you have two kinds here, one on top and one over here on the side, and those are to help with your auxiliary organs like your liver, your gallbladder, your spleen. So these are going to help clean that out. Lemon is in there because lemon is great for a gentle cleanse in your body to add to your water. And then DDR Prime here is a cellular regenerating combination of oils. So after you kind of clean out the gunk, we want to restore and help healthy tissue to grow there. So don't worry, you're not taking all of the stuff at the same time. You're going to have a protocol where you'll take some for 10 days, others for 10 days, and then the other 10 days at the end, and take the Lifelong Vitality vitamins the whole time. And this might be a great place to start if you're interested in really boosting your immune system. All right, so we talked about if you need nutritional support, the Lifelong Vitality vitamins and the probiotics would be a great choice for you. We talked a little bit about the cleanse. We talked about stress management. Those are all big steps that we can take, you know, including some of those dietary steps that we talked about, getting rid of gluten, avoiding trans fats, avoiding sugar, and eating half your plate of vegetables, eating the rainbow. So you might choose one of these things to start and then slowly add on, or if you're really motivated, you might just jump on board. Those are all large steps, but there are some small steps we can be doing too during this time. We definitely want to wash our hands. I can't overstate the importance of keeping our hands clean, but I do want to encourage you to avoid antibacterial soap. Antibacterial soap kills the good bacteria and the bad bacteria, and that's exactly not what we want right now. We need the good bacteria to help us be protected. And so that's why I love doTerra's On Guard hand sanitizing spray, because it kills just the bad stuff and keeps the good stuff. It smells amazing. And On Guard, extra bonus, On Guard's in here, and that is a immune supporting oil blend. So it's a triple whammy there. Let's see. Getting outside and getting some vitamin D is important during this time. Drinking lots and lots of water is important. And green tea has crazy benefits for immune balancing. So if you like tea, instituting some green tea or some matcha into your diet, preferably without the sugar, right, is a great addition to helping you support your body with your immune system. So I appreciate you watching my video, and I want to encourage you to stay safe and healthy during this time. If you're trying to make some pretty significant healthcare changes for you, healthy choices for you, and you need a little support, please check out my website, www.livingwellintentionally.com, and you can set up a free 50-minute video to see if health coaching is good for you. Or if you're ready to get started with doTerra essential oils, reach out and we will connect, and I would love to support you in your new natural healthcare journey. Thank you.